Hello. I know I'm a little late on this, but the Adepticon 2026 preview came out recently, and I wanted to write some things down and kind of plan out some talking points for this video before I actually did it. But there's a big focus on Armageddon in this. Um, there's a lot of new stuff for Guard, a lot of Orc stuff. There's a new trailer for this for Wazdaka Gutsmech, however you want to pronounce it. Um, I think this character is, first off, I just want to say the painting on it is great. I say this every time. The painting that GW's painters do, it's wonderful. I like how like the gun here I said in the one of the other videos, Warhammer videos. I thought this was going to be part of a new Def Dread. It's not, but I don't know if Wazdaka has like lore or if he has an older model before this. I'm not super big into Orc lore aside from like Gaz. But another claw hand. There's been a lot of claw hands going on with Yarrick, the Orc War Boss box that got teased, and now Wazdaka. Uh, I love like the jacket he's got going on here, the pose, like the skull rack. There's also a beak helmet here that you don't see very often. Um, the only thing I think as like a regular me as an amateur painter, if I was to get this model, like all the intricate bits right in here, that'd be a bit of a pain to paint. But it's orky stuff. You scrap it together, no biggie. But another thing I love about this model is the actual like physical effects on it. Like, excuse me, like the fire coming out of the jet booster and like the smoke. Usually, like bikers and other vehicles don't come with like effects like that. And the rock, I don't. I said before, I don't mind tactical rocks, but I think there's a better solution to them. However, I think this model deserves a tactical rock because this isn't just like he's standing on the rock to elevate himself a bit. This is part of the model where like he's ramping off of the rock and it looks really dynamic. So I really enjoy that. There's also the little grot from the teaser image. He's like hanging onto the back here. I also really like the belt fed chain that goes into the front gun. Looks like you don't have to put the fire on the back as well if you don't want. And the jacket again, really like that design. Um, there's not really a bunch new with Yarrick, just like another new art piece for him. If you haven't watched the Old Bale Eyes back video I made, you should go watch that because I think it was pretty good. There is another new commissar though, Commissar Graves, and they come in a armored transport. This one, I mean, all the models in this are wonderful. I think this is great because you've got like the commissar up front, kind of leaning out with the sword. You've got like this chain gun in the front. You've got like a group of guys behind him with like an armored gun here and over here. You've got the big flag that looks great. You got the little emblem on the side. And they also have a on the ground model, which has a neat power fist here. The only issue I really have with this is it feels a bit, I don't know, it feels a little bit off without the sword, but also like I get why you'd want gun, but also the only reason I think you'd take the on the ground model with I'm assuming you can have like the guys in here that you have models that aren't in there, kind of like this. The only reason I think you'd want to take this over this is the points difference. If you're like don't have enough points to fit this in, but you still want the character and it's a little squad, you go ground, I guess. Or if like you don't want to get hit with anti-vehicle or something, I don't know. But there's also another new Inquisitor. Haven't gotten one of those in a while. Inquisitor Croyle. Croyle? I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is very. It's odd in a sense. This is clearly a Xenos, and this guy's a member of the Ordo Xenos, but it says he experienced with fighting orcs, so this is probably going to come out with like the first release wave. He's got a cybernetic hand. He's got a neat little sniper rifle here. He's got like all the Inquisitor kind of drip going on. He's got the little symbol here or icon. He's got like a big hat going on, which I think the hat model looks better. I've said this before. I think that helmeted looks better than unhelmeted. Same thing goes with like hats most of the time. I also like that this has a different build option for the Xenos as well, because this one has like the mouth uncovered, and this one has like the little gas mask on it. That looks really neat, in my opinion. The rock here as well. I feel like it's fine enough, just because you also have like some other kind of wacky things going on here, because you don't usually get like a model like this. Just feels so different, so unique. I don't think I would personally take it, even though I think you can take Inquisitors if you do the allied help rule, which I'm not too sure how that works. I'm planning on just playing just Space Marines instead of using like ally faction stuff. But uh, there's that. There's also a new Sisters model, Intransia Frey Dogmata Superior, which I think this one looks really good. It's a walker for them that isn't the Paragon war suit. You got the cherub up here. You've got like the flames, the like symbols everywhere, something you expect from Sisters. Essentially, this is your Invictor Tactical War suit for Sisters, is what I'm seeing here. Because it's like not completely encased like a Dread would be, but there's still all that. Once again, helmeted, unhelmeted. Looks like there's different weapon options. The back is very intricate. You've got like little chain links hanging down here and such. I think it's all great. I think Sisters models in general look really good because they have like all like the Inquisition logos and their logos like everywhere. Because it's very over the top. Everything about Warhammer is over the top, but this just brings it to like another level. Still on the topic of vehicles, we've got the Centaur RSV, another kind of like recon, like hit fast vehicle for guard. There's not a ton to say about it. It's basically just it is a like fast moving van vehicle. You can probably stick some guys in there. They can disembark as well. There's a side view. Yeah, like some of these guys come built in with the model. The little hatch looks neat, like the guy popping off the top. They also have another one, the Hippogriff AFV, which I don't know if this will be a dual build box, like how some of the night boxes build like the Defender and the like some of the other ones. I don't remember what they're all called. The Warden, I don't know. It probably won't be, but this is your more kind of like not super heavy tank, but still like it's gonna hit decently hard. It's not a Rogaldorn by any means, but it's probably gonna move faster than a Rogaldorn, and probably gonna be cheaper points wise as well. Top view, different weapon options you've got. You've got the regular chain stubber, you've got the las gun, and maybe a flamer. I can't. That usually looks like a that like something like that's usually a flamer. I can't particularly tell though. Um, you've got a couple new books with this. You've got The Return of Yerick, Armored Gauntlet, and just some new detachments. The battalion box is going to come with all of these, which includes a Rogel Dorn. But there's the other battalion boxes they said they're going to be releasing, which doesn't even have the new Sisters model in it, but like, okay, I guess. I'm actually surprised Death Watch is getting something like recognized because they got rid of all of the old ones, which I think is super dumb because like I don't want to have the specialists every single time because at that point I might as well just only have one group of specialists if I want to run Death Watch, which I was thinking about doing it before they did this, but it's like, I guess I don't really need it now. I might get it as just like a side project to do. I do think the plane they have is super cool though, because like it's got the Inquisition logo, it's got guns up here, here, over here. It's got like a kind of sleek build to it, even though the middle is kind of chunky. Uh, I like the Xenophase blade. Well, basically, I like the whole Deathwatch aesthetic. That's what I'm saying. You've got stuff for orcs, pretty much just all vehicles. You got the Defcoptas and the Battle Wagon or whatever it's called. Um, that's all I've got on this side of the things, but there's also more with the Red Terror, which is part of the Terron Devlin kill team, which, as you've seen, also comes with the Spectres. I mean, there's quite a lot of unique models for this one, which I think is pretty good. Pretty good. We've got good sculpts. This thing though, it's called the Red Terror for a reason because I am scared of what that will do. Because I'm assuming like some kill team models, like the Geomancer for Necrons, they have their kill team rules and they have their 40k rules. I guarantee this thing will at some point get 40k rules because it's a big Tyrannid. It's This is basically old One Eye's weird, awkward cousin who's still gonna mess things up on the tabletop. It's a wonderful model. The sculpting is great. It's got kind of like that. I mean, this is basically a Trigon Prime on roids, but it comes with a lot of different unique things as well. It's got the objective markers, but it also has like little recon things and like on here it doesn't really say what all these are, but they're neat. They look neat. And there's also Nemesis Operatives, which is basically just another kill team add-on, which I don't play kill team. There are these two new models though for Nemesis Operatives, or at least I think they're for Nemesis Operatives. Either way, there's still two new Xenos models, which are really unique because they don't follow the trend of like pretty much any of the other Xenos factions. This one's like a big lizard. This thing kind of looks Zinchian, but also I think when I did the Bolt Gun 2 trailer review, said this was a Zinchian thing. Someone corrected me in the comments. I don't remember what it was called though, but still, this is like insectoid. It looks really cool. It's got like little maggots on it. It looks like, but that's all for this. Next up, pretty much everything else I got from bellslostsouls.net. However, I took the pictures and I wrote stuff down the sticky notes because the amount of ads on pretty much any of the websites I've tried to find my sources from, it's so disgustingly bad. There's not even like there's more ad than content. You can barely see it half the time. So I did both you and me the favor of just kind of writing stuff down. I'm gonna just talk out of my ass for the rest of the time, which I usually do for this. I'm gonna start off with they said this. This was a big point of it. Your codex will still work in 11th edition because They said during Adepticon, 11th edition is going to drop sometime this year in June, which uh prime time. There's a lot of extra free time on your hands usually. Um, but the quick answer to this is no, because I don't know if they know this. Unless you're using the Warhammer app, which they said they would update and they'd get better at. I doubt it. Wahapedia is still probably going to work better. But let's do a quick check. My Codex Space Marine does not have Captain Titus. It does not have the new Marnius Calgar. It does not have the new Farinarios. The Necron Codex does not have the new Necrosaur Mentor, the new Nightbringer, pretty much all of the Catan shards. Grey Knights will always still work because they never get anything new, basically. AdMech does not have the new Tholia Gold. It does not have the new combat unit that comes with her. Titans do not have the new Destrier. Imperial Guard does not have Garrick or any of the new models that were shown in this video. Orcs do not have any of the new models shown in this video. Tyranids do not have the new Tyranid Prime with the Lash Whip. And a lot more that I'm probably not thinking of at the moment. So essentially, no, but also yes. The rules in this will still work, kind of. Because the next thing up I want to talk about is some new rules. The big one being objectives are not going to be circles anymore. They're going to use terrain pieces as the new objectives, which I enjoy because I've watched, like, in my local Warhammer shop, they've got like tables set up and people play on them. I've watched it and it's like, the circles do their job, but also it's like they don't really have the same feeling as, like, if you were using like actual like buildings or something. Might as well just say it now. There's going to be 70 new detachments. This is great, except for the fact that, like, it's 70. There's a lot. And I know they're not all going to be for the same faction. I damn well hope not. But, like, I'm hoping we're not getting another, like, Titus detachment for Huron. Because, like, sure, I guess you could do that. Actually, no, I think he already has one. No, I'm pretty sure he already has one. I'm just hoping it's, like, they're balanced and they're fine. And they're not, like, I think it's Pantheon of Woe. It's the one they had to nerf because of all the new Catan shards. But aside from that, there was also no more stratagem stacking, which is both a good and a bad thing, because it does encourage more strategic play. Because, like, if you have, I believe it's the Apothecary Biologus, if, like, some of your models die, you get a bunch of command points. But now you have to think, instead of just like, oh, I'm going to use a bunch of low-cost stratagems on the same turn, or I can just use one really big stratagem, or one high-cost stratagem. You have to now decide, do I want to use the high-cost stratagem and use everything this turn, or do I want to use one, like, low-cost stratagem and have the rest for the next turn, instead of just, like, pretty much just power walling with a bunch of low-cost stratagems over one another. There's the Combat Disembark, which is now essentially, if you have a transport vehicle and it gets charged, you can take the unit inside and take them out of the transport so they can also participate in the melee battle. Which is good. I think that's good, because most transports are very bad in melee for good reasons. There's also leaders always lead now, which I don't know why it wasn't a thing before. Now, if you have a character and they have a bodyguard unit, if their ability that's affecting the bodyguard unit is active and that unit dies, not including the character, that ability is still active on the character. Which is really stupid why it wasn't a thing beforehand. Because, like, it's the character's ability, not not the squad around it. But still, it's good that it's going to be a thing now. What else is there? I'm just gonna go through a lot of combat stuff. Fast dice rolling is now the correct way, they say, even though everyone's been doing that basically forever. Um, Combat activation is essentially now, instead of choosing your charge target and then rolling your dice to see how far you go, you roll your dice first, then you choose your charge target, which is wonderful. It is amazing. So now you don't like fail the charge and you're like, oh well, I'm boned now. I'm just gonna get shot off the board next turn. Because now if there's a closer unit, you can go in and fight them, which will clear up some extra resistance from the opponent. Um, Pile and consolidate. Now you will pile in all at the beginning of the combat phase. You will consolidate all at the end of the combat phase, no in between. What else is there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just this. There's Stay Hidden, which this is pretty good, I'd say, for like not essentially just getting steamrolled off the board turn one or turn two. Um, Essentially, if you have your unit in a piece of terrain or cover outside of 15 inches of any enemy unit, and you have not shot yet, they cannot target you, or they cannot target that unit, which is really good for like sneaky stealth units that are meant to be sneaky stealth, like lictors, like lictor right here, or for reavers in my case, which I think is a great benefit to them, especially because I also have the lieutenant with them. But I digress. This is a good addition, in my opinion at least. It's going to keep games feeling more tactical rather than just kind of like run in and shoot all the time, even though that's how some armies play. That also goes with like the new Defiler, the one with the if you build it with the Nurgle one. Like if you shoot someone, they can't have benefit of cover for the rest of that round, which essentially gets rid of Stay Hidden, which will allow the rest of your army to take benefit of that. So I don't know if it's by accident or if they're actually trying to implement these kind of things, but it's still going well. It's going well. I think the only other things I have to show are some new models. They're going to do new intercessors with the new release box. Um, they're new intercessor sculpts, but they're doing the old grill helmet, which the only grill helmet I have in my army is Gilliman, which I think it looks good. I think the real helmet looks good. But considering the rest of my army only has the Primaris helmets, I still like it. I think it's going to look good, and it doesn't really matter how they mesh together because they're all still going to be Space Marines. But considering they're going to try and move back to the grill helmets, it's like some people are going to like it, some people aren't going to like it. I personally, like, if I have to choose a side, I'm going to say I don't like it, but that's only because, like, I joined at the very beginning of 10th, so the Primaris helmets are all I've known. But I still think that's a good model. Uh, Another model is this new orc model they're showing. Um, I think it's all right. It just feels a little lackluster compared to like Wazdaka or the other stuff they've shown. But you know, it it does its job, and there will be one squig in the release box in the new 11th edition Armageddon box. Once again, I got all this from belloflostsouls.net. If you've made this far in the video, like and subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. I also did a painting video a little bit earlier, not on Warhammer, but I think you'd still like it because it's been a while since I've done a painting video. But aside from that, I've been Crux Terminatus. This has been the Adepticon preview, and I will see you next time.